Hey folks, it's Mangrel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm checking out the HexaCharger from BetaFPV. This is BetaFPV's new 1S Tiny Whoop charger. It's fully featured and it also comes in this beautiful orange color. Now this does come in a Pro version and a non-Pro version. The only difference is that the Pro version can do 3 amps per charge port, whereas the non-Pro can only do 1 amp. Realistically, 1 amp should be plenty for most Tiny Whoops. Doing a quick unboxing, we have a BetaFPV card with our typical QR codes. We have the charger itself in the plastic bag, and that's it. And here's the charger itself. It looks like we have some protective peel. I love the fact that we have this huge display over here. The buttons seem to have pretty good tactile feedback. We do have BT 2.0/A30 plus PH 2.0 connectors. There are 6 of them, very similar to our VIFLY charger. And then on the back, we've got a fan over here, some legs to give the fan the ability of breathing. And now looking at the specifications, looks like input 5 volts to 20 volts, 5 amps. Output voltage 4.2, 4.35. Yeah, it's LiPo or high voltage. Charging power 78 watts. Charging current 3 amps. Yeah, that's a lot. Discharge. So this is interesting. Discharge is a little bit more than the VIFLY, so it does 0.4 amps. The VIFLY does 0.3, so a little bit better from that perspective. But otherwise, this feels pretty good. Trying to give it a little twisty here. Build quality seems pretty good. I'm not hearing any kind of creaks or issues. Let's take a look at the finish here by removing this plastic cover. Come on, come off. All right, let's do a quick peel. Ooh, nice and shiny. Nice and shiny, which means fingerprint magnet, unfortunately. My go-to charger right now for Tiny Whoops is the VIFLY WhoopStor 3. This can also do 6 battery packs at the same time, but there are a couple of notable differences. So first of all, if I put these two side by side and we look at these, the actual HexaCharger from BetaFPV is quite a bit smaller and lighter, which makes it way more portable. However, we're only able to power the HexaCharger using a USB Type-C input, whereas the VIFLY actually has multiple power inputs, especially it's got an XT60, which means we can actually power this from a larger battery in the field. Can't do that with the HexaCharger. I'm also not really a fan of the shiny front on the HexaCharger. You can see how many fingerprints it already shows versus this more textured matte finish. I prefer the matte finish more. Now let's plug this in, see what happens. Okay, fan turned on. Oh, I love this huge display. So this display is way nicer. Now, I haven't looked at the manual. Can I figure this out? So this button here looks like it allows us to change between the modes. So LiPo, high voltage, and storage. So that's very, very easy to use. This one here controls the charge current. Okay, so we don't have as granular as control as the VIFLY, so it looks like it goes up in 0.5 amp increments, so 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. So a little bit unfortunate because I may want to charge my 260 milliamp battery at 0.2 amps. Can't do that on this charger. If I hold this down, it says mute. So I guess now, yeah, now we've turned off the beeping sound. If I hold this down, let's go to high voltage. If I hold this down, okay, it tells me 30 watts maximum. I guess that's my power input. And I see state is flashing. So I think now it's ready to charge. Now talking about power inputs, the other thing to also bear in mind is that the WhoopStor cannot be powered using a regular 5 volt USB. So if I try to power it off of 5 volt, it's going to try to turn on and then it will give us an error message, which you probably can't see that on the display, but it says error 2. Now compare that with the HexaCharger, which you can actually use on a regular 5 volt USB. I've got the charger loaded up with 6 550 milliamp Lava Series 1S batteries, and I also managed to find a cable. This is an Apple iMac cable, along with a power adapter that will now give me full power on this. So I want to try charging this using the full power, which is 3 amps, just to make sure that the charger does what it's supposed to do. So you can see input is 100 watts. So I'm getting full power. And looking at this, charger is pulling 73 watts. And we are charging each battery at 3 amps. Now, definitely not suggesting you charge 550 milliamp batteries at 3 amps, but the charger technically can do it. And I don't see the fan turning on. So this is a super capable, small, lightweight charger. Even the WhoopStor can't do this. WhoopStor can only do up to 1.3 watts, no, sorry, 1.3 amps per charge port. This is doing nearly 3 times that. Really, really cool. Now let's go ahead and test the actual discharge function, because this charger can charge, but it can also discharge. So if I go into storage mode, this should get us over to 3.85 volts on all 6 of our battery packs. Let's start this. Yep, so I can see 5 of them are discharging at the proper 0.4 amps rating. That's the maximum rating for discharge. The fan has activated. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this on camera, but you can definitely see it spinning in there. I feel a little bit of heat coming off the side over here, but the fan has no vibration, and it's also way quieter than the WhoopStor. Oh, and this is neat. There's a little fan icon. So when the fan is spinning, you see that little icon there? That's pretty clever. Now let's do a quick accuracy check. So this battery here shows 3.84. I'm going to pull this battery. And if I can do it without doing any kind of cutting, I want to now see what do we get on the actual multimeter. Don't short out. 3.841. So we're pretty good from a accuracy perspective. I feel that BetaFPV has done a really good job with the HexaCharger, whether it's the Pro or the non-Pro. They've really invested a lot on this display, and it really shows. The fact that you can see everything you need at a glance, the color coordination of the icons is just so well thought out. Even the interface with the 2 buttons, very, very easy to get used to. Now, there's a couple of things to unfortunately be mindful of. First one is we only have this PD USB Type-C input. There is nothing else, which means if you're used to field charging with a XT60 battery, you can't do that here. Also, this shiny display, this shiny front face here is quite annoying. You can see how many smudge marks it's already showing. And then finally, I would have loved to see these battery ports being reversed, put the BT 2.0 on the outside, the PH on the inside, to give us a bit more space to put batteries in and take batteries out. But those truly are small nitpicks. This is a very capable, very compact charger that can do 3 amps per charge port. That's pretty amazing. Hope you liked this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos.